edition of the Agile PMP. CJ Mills here, and today's our Friday follow-up. So we've been discussing project management for the last couple weeks now. We've had a few changes with it. We discussed change the other day, and so now we're sort of shifting. We're changing back to sort of talking about project management in everyday terms. We're staying away from the technical aspect of it. So today, I want to talk to you guys about email. Email is incredibly important. A lot of people get emails, send emails all day. We respond to emails. We respond to text messages, phone calls, all kinds of things. I'm specifically talking about email. So, new rules for you guys. If you guys, and I made some notes for you guys, so let me just check this out. If you guys want to make sure that you can get everybody to sort of respond to your emails and help you out, or to just actually read it and go through it, follow a couple tips that I have for you guys. So the first thing is in your subject line. Make sure that you clearly state what this is about. Maybe even put a little summary. And you don't want to describe what the email is about. You're about to tell somebody that, but just a summary. So it could be, in the subject line, you're tripping. Seriously, you're tripping. And then summarize it. I'm not reading your 4-page email when I've been CC'd because it wasn't to me. All right? You could literally have an email like that, right? Some of you guys at work deal with hundreds of emails a day. People are CCing you and they expect you to read it, or maybe they bury information in, or they remove people, they don't reply all. Just put something in the subject line. In that subject line, make sure that you guys have a summary of what the email is about. Now, before you get to the body of that email, right up at the top, in all caps, you guys should put whatever action needs to be taken place once that person has read the email. So maybe they have to respond. So you want to put maybe the initials of that person, and in all caps say, please make decision when you're done, or please let me know your thoughts, or please review and get back to me, right? Give them something, let them know what it is that they're expected to do when they're done reading whatever email that you sent them. All right, so now they're gonna see the title of your email with a little description of it. They're already gonna know exactly what this is. Well, I shouldn't say exactly, but they're gonna have a good idea. They're gonna open it up, and immediately you would have given them some information on exactly what to do with your email when you're done. All right, so that's the most important piece. Your subject line, little description, and then put it in all caps right before the body of your email, what exactly it is that you want that person to do. So, decision required, set up meeting, something like that. That's what you want to put there, right? Now, the body of your email, right, is just going to be whatever it is that you have. Doesn't have to be anything special, but keep it simple, stupid. And I see Christy's on, and she has a weekly, sort of live, even a daily live with you guys, and it's called, the Kiss with Chris, and keep it simple, stupid, or keep it simple, sweetie. I like the sweetie part because we like to be nice to people, but that's the whole idea of just having proper email etiquette. And I see Nyan on. He asked me, don't you mean don't all caps mean you're shouting? Well, it could be, but it just depends. If I were to put NN, right, because those are your initials, 9. If I were to put NN with a colon and in all caps says make a decision, you'll know exactly what it is that you need to do. So you'd read that email and then you'd go, yeah, I see what you mean. Like all caps mean you're shouting. It can, but it just depends on how the email is written. Right? If you put just that one-liner at the top of the body, and then you have the rest of the text, and all of that is regular, it's written regular, it's not in all caps, nobody's going to think you're shouting. They're going to say, oh, okay, I need to make this decision. So this is it's a practice that I've used for a few years. I've used it successfully. It's not my own. I didn't make it up. I'm just paying forward some information that a guru taught me, and I want to share it with all of you guys, so it sort of makes your life easier as well. So it's not that all caps will make you shouting. So let's recap here. Go back to my notes here. In your subject, you want to put, sort of in bracket whatever the topic of it is, and then put a little summary behind it. And then when you get to the bottom, you want to put in caps the initials of that person, and then whatever action that you're requesting for them. All right, so decision required, set up meeting, review and archive, something like that, right? You just want to make sure you put that there. And then you can go ahead and put your regular email body, that would say, hey, Nyan, I need you to, take a look at this. Per our conversation last week, we discussed X, Y, Z. I felt your thoughts were here. Might not be the same. Please review. Let me know what you think. CJ. All right, that's sort of what you would do there. So that's sort of the email rule there. Again, the summary shouldn't summarize what you're talking about, but you want to describe. So when you guys are putting in the title to your email, don't start summarizing the email because somebody's going to read that. Just describe it briefly, state the main points of your message so your reader knows the most important part. All right, they understand exactly what this is and they can make a determination. I'm going to read it now or I'm going to wait later. Now, sometimes you guys are going to have emails that need to be acted on immediately, right? You can't reach that person by phone. You're texting the person, they're not responding. Maybe you even tried to Facebook them because they're on Facebook and that didn't work. Okay, well, you got to send them an email. So now in the subject line, you want to put urgent, and that's where you actually want to use all caps again. You might want to put urgent or hot or deadline, something that's appropriate in there, but put that in the subject so somebody knows, okay, I better open this up and read it now because this person they need my immediate feedback. They need an immediate response. So the things that you guys can put in all caps where people don't feel like you're shouting at them: decision needed, please verify, meeting requested, FYI, maybe no reply necessary. That's one of the most important ones. Sometimes it's good to let people know that, hey, just read this email. You don't have to get back to me. You don't have to tell me that you read it. You don't have to respond and say got you, anything like that. I'm not going to feel bad if you don't respond to me. Just let them know, no reply necessary, or maybe meeting move. All right, so those are the things that you want to put in all caps, and you can have some variations of that. You can switch it up if you need to, but stuff like decision needing, please verify, FYI, or no reply necessary will be good for people. Make sure you put that in all caps in one line as well. People won't think you're shouting when you put that in there because the rest of your email body is going to be written in a regular manner, so it's all good. All right, and also give them a date. Give people a date of when you want that action taking place or when you need that information by. Don't just say need it now. Let them know. Let them know when you need it, and that's going to help them out as well. So the last piece of advice I have for you guys: also try not to add attachments to emails. Sometimes people aren't using the same technology. You got folks with iPhones, some folks with Samsungs, some folks are using Windows computers, some folks are using Macs. I mean, you got all kinds of things. Some people don't have the applications. Try to send a link so that people can download your attachment from Dropbox or from Google Drive or from OneDrive or Microsoft, something like that, rather than actually having the attachment. Try to add something in so that people can use that. So that's about it. You know, remember that when you have emails, do it, then archive your message, delete it. If you can't do it yourself, delegate it. And if you're not going to do it today, defer it. That's the four D's of emails: do it, delete it, delegate it, and defer it. So I hope you guys found this information useful. Please share this video. I know tons of people can use this information. I was happy when it fell into my laps. Please, please, please share this video because I know everybody can use help with emails and their inbox is full, and we got to have respect for folks' emails. So appreciate you guys being with me. I appreciate all the comments. Thank you, Keisha. I think that you definitely can use this and some of your folks, because I remember what it was like working in a school, they definitely can use it. But you have a question that says, is it better to not CC? That's a great question. You know, a lot of times people will CC. Here's sort of the thing. If you receive an email, and let's say there's 20, 30 people on the chain, and I don't know, 15 of them are CC'd and 4 of them are in the 2, right? When you reply all, make sure that whoever you're writing to, pull them from the CC and put it in the 2, and then everybody else can be CC'd. CC'd is supposed to mean that you don't really have to read it. It's just for your information. It's just to sit in your inbox. So it's like, it's CYA. You got this information. You have a copy of it. You know, I sent it to you. That's really what it's for. So if you hit reply all and then you don't CC everybody, well, then you're cutting the chain off. People won't have that email chain. They won't be able to follow what's happening. So definitely CC folks, but just remember, if you're speaking to someone, just because they're CC'd, they're not necessarily going to respond. I know a lot of people who have email rules. I'll say, okay, if I'm CC'd, I'm not reading it. It goes to another folder. So if you're speaking to somebody directly, then just make sure you take them out the CC box, put them in the 2 box, and you guys will be good. All right, so just to recap, because I see a couple folks who just joined, what's going on, J-Biz, and I see my man Carl I rejoined. We're just talking about emails and how it can sort of help you guys out. So make sure that in the title of the subject line of your emails, you guys put sort of a topic, put it in brackets, and then put a little summary of what the email is about. All right, don't start describing the email, but just a summary of what it is. And then make sure that you guys use caps and put initials of whoever the person that you're speaking to, and then say whatever action is that you want them to take. Right, and that action could be decision needed, please verify, or FYI, or for your review, or maybe you could even put no response necessary. But put that in all caps with their initial, and then write your regular email. Put the body of the email after that. And then again, just try not to send any attachments if you can. Try to put links so that people can download the attachment, because then it works better. You don't know if they're using a mobile device, if they're on a laptop, desktop. You don't know what version that they're using. So try not to send attachments. Try to just put a link to those documents so that people can use it. So that pretty much sums it up about email. This is just me trying to share project management with you guys. That's just what we do in project management. We talk to people all day long, and sometimes it's hundreds of emails, and sometimes it's like, well, why don't you just walk 30 feet to that person's desk and go talk to them instead of emailing them? But if you have to, well, then use some of these rules, and it'll definitely help you guys out. So, and then Nyan says it's never good to blind carbon copy. Yeah, you don't want to do that. I mean, some people would do that, and it's sort of like, usually they're being emotional, and then they're sending this email to somebody else so that they can read it in sort of, under cloak and dagger. All right, so nobody else knows, oh, I'm sending this email to this person. And it's like, nah, just be straight up. So yeah, I don't BCC unless, here's when it's appropriate to BCC. I'm sending something to my entire team, and I know that I want a response from each of them. And I know that if I send it to the team, it's going to start this big email thread, and people are going to be going back and forth, and they're going to discuss, and they're going to argue about people's thoughts and their opinions. And at the end of the day, it's like we don't really have time, or at least me, I don't have time to have you guys argue about each other's opinions. I want all of your opinions. So in that case, I ask a question, I'll BCC it so that everybody gets that email, and I don't want everybody seeing everybody's response. I just want those responses to come to me, and I'll do with that information what I need to do with it. So there are times when it's appropriate to BCC some folks, or when you're sending emails out to groups of people that they don't know everybody, and maybe they wouldn't appreciate it if you shared their email address with somebody else. Then yeah, you might want to BCC everybody and let them know that. Let everybody know you've been BCC'd. So there's a bunch of people on this email chain, but when you respond, it's only going to come back to me. So there are some small instances where BCC is going to be a good thing to use. So. Other than that, again, I'll ask you guys again, please share this video. You guys know everybody can use help with email, so share this video. And once again, CJ Mills signing off from the Agile PMP. Create solutions, adapt processes, think strategically. You guys have a good night.